For those of you who don't know, I live in Japan, and while it's a great country to live in, well, there are earthquakes, which is not the greatest when it comes to, storing cameras or storing lenses all over the place. You cannot leave them around your desk and hope for the best, right? So in today's video, I just wanted to talk about how I store them safely using cases. So what are the advantages of putting your pieces of gear in a case? Well, first, when you're at home, you don't want to always leave them in a backpack, right? Some people would put them in their desk or on a piece of furniture, but in my case, as I said, because I live in Japan and there are earthquakes quite often, I can't, have that risk of the lenses. Some of them are $1,000, some of them more, right? Just falling down and just breaking on the spot, right? Having a case where you can just put them safely and put them in a closet, make sure that nothing falls, is first a great advantage. Now, second advantage that I have with case is that I often go to locations and I go there by car typically. So I can just grab one of those cases and put them in the trunk or put them somewhere in the car and feel that, okay, my gear is secure and I don't have to grab every single piece of gear, right? I know that I have one case, for example, for my lenses that is right here that contains all my lenses. Another case for 2 cameras plus all the batteries that I need. And by just grabbing those 2 cases, I know that I have everything that I need to be able to shoot. So it makes things kind of compact and also kind of tidy and easy to transport from one location to another. And finally, I think that a third reason is for overall storage. I am using a trunk room at the moment because I don't have enough space right here. This is my apartment, right? I can't be leaving all my pieces of gear here. Otherwise, well, my fiance would not be that happy about it, to have lights and cameras and tripods everywhere hanging around. So having all your pieces of gears in specific cases not only protect them, not only allow you for easier transportation, but is also way better for overall storage, to store them safely, but again, to keep things tidy and easy to work around and not to forget anything. Okay, so what do you want to look for in a case? Well, I think that shockproof is a given, right? You want to be able, you want the case to be able to take some good hits, right? Even if you drop them, even if you like jump them in the air or whatever, it should be able to take some shock without breaking what is inside of it, right? That's a given. Now, a second thing that I think is very important is that it should not be too heavy. Now, it depends on the lens, of course. This case right here contains my FUJIFILM lenses, right? Now, I recently received this pack from Viltrox. They sent me their anamorphic lenses to try out. And as you can see, this case is way bigger and way heavier, right? It weighs, I don't know how much, but it's quite heavy to lift. It depends on the lenses that you own as well, right? For Fujifilm lenses that are typically quite light, typically quite compact, you don't need to have something extremely heavy. You can just have something that is very easy to carry around and that you can carry on one hand, no problem. So having a good compromise between weight as well as the shockproof aspect of the case is, for me, extremely important. And finally, another aspect is to be easily customizable. I don't want to have to, grab a knife and cut some foam or need to have some extra tools to set my case and to make it work. Typically, I just want to be able to, set it with the minimum time, as little as possible. And that way I can be able to, if I need to grab a new lens, to just put it in there with the others and without needing any extra tool. That is very important for me. So keeping those 3 factors in mind, that's important for me. Might not be important for you. It depends. It depends on everybody, right? But this is the case that I chose. So this one is the Lycus case where I store all my lenses, right? I have another one for my cameras. I also have another one for my set of Takumar lenses, where I will basically store them, and every time I need them, I can just grab them. So inside this particular one, you have all my lenses, the set of Fujifilm lenses that I use. So the 18, the 33, the 10 to 24, and the 70 to 300. Now, I also own the 56mm f1.2, but it's not in this one at the moment. It's in another case because I actually didn't have enough space anymore in this one. So I'm thinking to get maybe a bigger one. Now, the advantage of this case is that it comes with easily removable foam. All you have to do is that you have to measure directly with your lens, right? And remove some bricks of foam that you can directly remove without any tool, without cutting or anything. You can just remove them one by one and make sure that everything fits properly, which is why I like this case over other designs where you actually have to cut through the foam, etc., which is not ideal for me. And it protects my gear really well while not being too heavy and while being easily customizable. Now, one recommendation that I have if you want to use this case is to make sure you leave some foam on the bottom of your case, right? To make sure that your lenses get protected on every side, but also to leave your lens going up a little bit, because on the top part of this case, you also have some piece of foam, right? And having your lenses compressed a little bit on the top part as well is better for maintaining them in position and make sure that they don't move around when you transport them, etc. And whenever you set it up and you're about to remove the foam, make sure that you do that gradually. Don't remove the foam thinking that you will take it and it will fit perfectly. Just, okay, put the lens, remove gradually the foam, see if it fits or not, see where you could remove the foam to really fit the shape perfectly of the lens. And the reason I tell you to do so is because while this is easily customizable, you can't put back the foam back after easily. You can do it, but it won't stick as much as it was, as it used to do before, right? So basically you have to be careful on how you do it and really do it carefully and gradually to make sure that you don't make any mistakes. And after that, you can just grab the whole case, put it in your closet, and you have something that stores your lens perfectly and something that you can grab around with you, carry around, no problem if you have a shoot. I personally typically carry around 2 or 3 of those when I go on location to shoot, and then grab whatever I need, put them in my jackets. I mean, I have like a jacket where I shoot with that can fit lenses easily, and that way it's easy to transport everything that I need. All right, so let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you want to have a written version of this video, check out the article that will be linked down below. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter if you want to be aware of any articles or videos that I put out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.